Are you looking for the best food dehydrators? In this video, we will look at some of the 5 best food dehydrators on the market. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description. So make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Number 1. Magic Mill Food Dehydrator. After several rounds of testing, the Magic Mill 10-tray food dehydrator has emerged as the top performer. We found it to be extremely user-friendly. It's clearly designed for someone who dehydrates often, but it wasn't difficult to operate. You just set the time and temperature, and you're ready to go. We also appreciated that the metal racks slid in and out of the machine very smoothly, much like with a quality toaster oven. It was effortless to rearrange and remove them. The racks are made of a metal mesh, so they were easy to clean, and we didn't have to worry about lingering odors and staining that were sometimes a problem with plastic. In an earlier set of testing, the Magic Mill produced the best beef jerky of the bunch, and we were also pleased with its fruit leather and dried herbs. In our most recent round, its apple chips were almost the right texture after 4 hours, which also put it at the top of the list, as all the machines struggled somewhat. This dehydrator heats from the rear rather than the top or bottom, which helps it achieve consistent results across trays. There are 2 presets, 115 degrees Fahrenheit for 24 hours or a fast option at 165 degrees Fahrenheit for 10 hours, plus a keep warm setting. You can also set a custom temperature and time in 30-minute increments, up to 176 degrees Fahrenheit and 48 hours. We just wish it were possible to adjust the time and temperature once the machine is on. If you want to change settings, you have to stop the cycle entirely and start over. This is definitely a beginner-friendly machine due to its ease, but the size and price tag may not be worth it for casual users. Number 2. Excalibur 6-Tray Dehydrator. The Excalibur 6-Tray Select Digital Dehydrator trailed right behind the Magic Mill in overall design and performance, and we found it even easier to use. There are no presets, just buttons to adjust the time in 30-minute increments, up to 60 hours, and the temperature in single-degree increments, up to 165 degrees Fahrenheit, on the digital display. The manual is comprehensive, and we felt that even total beginners would be able to accurately program the machine with the provided instructions. The booklet includes 12 pages of recipes, as well as recommended time and temperature settings for a variety of foods, so you don't need any experience to start experimenting. This is the largest dehydrator we tested, with 9.6 square feet of drying space across 6 trays. The glass French doors allowed us to closely monitor our drying cycle without disrupting it. The rear fan dried test foods evenly, and the wide trays allowed the air to circulate around the entire surface of the items. Just know that the trays aren't dishwasher safe, and their size combined with the mesh construction can make them a challenge to clean. In one round of testing, the Excalibur produced excellent beef jerky that had just the right amount of tenderness and flavor. It doesn't come with fruit leather trays, you have to buy them separately, so we had to ding it on versatility. In our most recent round of testing, our tomatoes were dried yet pliable, and our apple slices were dry to the touch, with a strong apple flavor. Both were some of the driest of the day. Number 3. Cosori Stainless Steel Dehydrator. We named this machine the best for beginners because we barely needed the instruction booklet to get going in our tests. It's essentially ready straight out of the box. The trays slide into matching grooves on the interior, and there are no locks to fuss with. The size and shape of the Cosori make it the ideal mid-range dehydrator. It's smaller than the Magic Mill above, but has more capacity than the mini and round dehydrators we tested. You don't have to commit to leaving it on the counter at all times, but you do have enough space to try a wide variety of projects. It's not as lightweight as a plastic dehydrator, but the metal parts feel durable and it's not all that difficult to maneuver. During our drying tests, we were impressed with how consistent the results were from tray to tray. However, we weren't thrilled with the jerky. It was tough and unpleasant to eat. It was over-dried in less time than our recipe recommended. We were pleased with the results of our fruit leather and herb tests, but we noted that both were a little less dry than we'd have liked. With the Cosori dehydrator, you may need to tweak the settings from what your recipe calls for to get the best results. Number 4. Cosori Mini Food Dehydrator. Embarking on dehydrating at home doesn't have to mean saying goodbye to counter space. The Cosori Mini takes up about as much space as a small air fryer and can easily fit in a cabinet for easy storage. But don't be fooled. The small size doesn't mean this machine sacrifices on design or performance. This was the only dehydrator we tested that had presets for jerky, fruit, vegetables, and yogurt, streamlining the drying process even further. If you want more customization or are following a recipe, you can still program it to precise time and temperature settings. It even has a safety mechanism that automatically shuts off if the machine overheats, though the bottom got pretty hot in our testing. You should wait for it to cool before trying to move it. The Cosori Mini comes with a tray for making fruit leather and a fine plastic mesh screen for small foods that might otherwise fall through the other screens, which we found very helpful and a nice added bonus. The metal trays are dishwasher safe, but the plastic ones are hand wash only. This isn't a very expensive dehydrator, but the trade-off for its price, ease, and compactness is that it doesn't hold much food at a time. We wouldn't recommend this for double batches or big families. Compared to the larger models, the Cosori Mini produced comparable results. Our jerky was a little crunchier than we'd hoped, but we were still pleased with the results. Our dried tomatoes were slightly uneven in texture, but the apples were better than those from almost any other machine. Number 5. Nesco Snackmaster Pro Food Dehydrator. If you know you'll be a casual dehydrator, you don't want to waste money on a machine that does more than you need. We love the pared-down Nesco Snackmaster for its no-nonsense dehydrating capabilities. It's under $90 and uses a streamlined, expandable design. It comes with 5 dishwasher-safe trays, but you can purchase extra trays and stack up to 12 at a time. Controls, motor, and fan are all packed into the Snackmaster's lid, which snaps onto the top of the trays, with a handle for easy lifting. The round, stackable design also gives this machine a relatively small footprint, making it easy to tuck away when not in use. There are recommendations for different foods printed on the lid, but the Snackmaster's temperature gauge isn't as precise as others. This was evident in the time it took to dry foods. Our herb and tomato tests definitely needed more. It also doesn't have a built-in timer, so you'll need to break out your own kitchen timer. However, in one round of testing, it produced tender but pleasantly dry jerky and nicely chewy fruit leather. Tray to tray, the Snackmaster was consistent, so if we needed to add more time, things would still be dried evenly.